Hello students, I hope all of you are fit and fine and studying regularly. Today we will be talking about spherical mirrors, then images formed by the spherical mirrors. We will be also drawing some ray diagrams, studying about them, and then we will be studying about uses of spherical mirrors. So let us start. So today we are going to continue with the lesson light and we will be discussing more about spherical mirrors. So the first topic will be image formed by a spherical mirror. Image formation by concave mirror for different positions of the object. We will be studying different cases where the object will be at different positions and we will be seeing the corresponding positions and the characteristics and the nature of the image formed by the concave mirror. So these are the different cases. Now as you can see here, if the object is at infinity, the image is formed at focus. And what is the size of the image? It is highly diminished and point sized. And nature of the image is real and inverted. Now if you bring the object closer, somewhere beyond C, that is center of curvature, the image is formed between F and C, that is focus and center of curvature. And what is the size of the image? It is diminished, though it is not point size, but it is smaller than the size of the object. And the nature of the image is real and inverted. Now you bring the object even more closer. Now it is at center of curvature. Then where will be the image? What will be the position of the image? It will be at center of curvature. So if the object is at center of curvature, the image will be also at center of curvature. And size of the image? Size will be the same. What will be the nature of the image? It will be again real and inverted. Now you are going to bring the object even more closer. Now we will place it between C and F, that is center of curvature and focus. Now you will observe that object will go beyond C. So if you are bringing the object closer to the mirror, the image is shifting away from the mirror. What will be the size of the image? Enlarged. So size of the image is also increasing according to the cases. If you are bringing the object closer and closer, the size of the image is increasing, whereas the position of the image is going away from the mirror. Still, the image is real and inverted. Now you are bringing the object at focus. So you have shifted even more closer to the lens, to the mirror. Now what will be the position of the image? The position of the image will be at infinity. So if you are keeping the object at focus from the mirror, the position of the image will be at infinity. What will be the size of the image? It will be highly enlarged and nature of the image is still real and inverted. Now the things will change. If you bring the object more closer, that is between pole and focus, P and F, the position of the image will now shift behind the mirror. That is, the image is now going to be virtual and erect, and size of the image will be enlarged. Now we will see some ray diagrams that will explain us the rule of following the rays. A ray parallel to principal axis after reflection will pass through the principal focus in case of concave mirror, or appear to diverge from the principal focus in case of convex mirror. In other words, when it is concave mirror, the ray of light passes through the focus. When the ray of light is parallel to the principal axis before reflection. Okay, so before reflection, if ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection from a concave mirror, it will pass through the focus. Now what will happen if the ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis falls on a convex mirror? It will diverge from the principal focus. Let us see the ray diagram. So here in this case you can see that the ray is parallel to the principal axis before reflection. After reflection, it is passing through the focus, right? However, in case of convex mirror, the ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, but after reflection, it is diverging away from the focus. So that's the difference between convex mirror and concave mirror. Let us see next case. A ray passing through the principal focus of a concave mirror, or a ray which is directed towards the principal focus of a convex mirror after reflection will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Now this is common for both the mirrors. When ray of light is passing through the focus before reflection, after reflection it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Similarly with convex mirror also, if ray of light comes and fall on the convex mirror, okay, then after reflection it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. So this is same for both the cases. Then a ray passing through the center of curvature of a concave mirror or directed in the direction of center of curvature for convex mirror, after reflection it will reflect back along the same path. So in both the cases, if the ray of light is passing through the center of curvature, okay, or it is directed towards center of curvature, then after reflection it will follow the same path, but it will travel backwards. Now we will see image formation by concave mirror. So these are the different cases. Here you will see that object is at infinity, and after reflection from the concave mirror they are passing through the focus. Then this is case number 2, where object is beyond center of curvature and the image is forming between center of curvature and focus. I will repeat, object is beyond center of curvature and image is forming between center of curvature and focus. Now you will observe that the object and the image, the size is different. The image is smaller than the size of the object. Now in this case the object is at center of curvature. After reflection, the rays of light are passing again from the focus and the image is being formed at center of curvature. So the image and the object are at the same position. The only difference is object is erect and the image is inverted. Then comes the fourth case, where the object is between center of curvature and focus and image is beyond center of curvature. Image is still real and inverted, but it is enlarged, it is bigger than the object. After these 4 cases, we are going to discuss the remaining 2 cases. Here in this case, the object is at focus and image is being formed at infinity, while if you bring the object even more closer somewhere between focus and pole, then the image will shift at the back of the mirror. It will be enlarged, it will be erect, but it will be virtual, not the real one like the earlier cases. After this, the next topic is image formed by a spherical mirror. The nature, position and relative size of the image formed by a convex mirror. So these are the 2 cases for a convex mirror. In concave mirror there are 6 cases, while in convex mirror there are only 2 cases. If the object is at infinity, the image is formed at the focus behind the mirror. It is highly diminished, point size, virtual and erect. Nature is virtual and erect, size is highly diminished, and it is formed at the focus. Now if you bring the object closer anywhere between infinity and the pole, the image will be formed between pole and focus. It will be diminished, but the nature will be again virtual and erect. So nature will not change, only size will increase than the earlier case. It will be diminished, not highly diminished. So these are the 2 cases, the only 2 cases for a convex mirror. Now if the object is at infinity, the rays on reflection they diverge away from the focus. You can still join them with a dotted line, so it will come together at focus. So the image is virtual and highly diminished of a point size. Whereas if you bring the object closer anywhere between infinity and the pole, after reflection from the convex mirror, the rays will again get diverged. But if you try to extend it, it will come between center of curvature between the focus and the pole, not center of curvature, between focus and the pole, and this time it will be diminished. Image will still be virtual and erect, but the size will be more than the earlier case. Now we will be studying about uses of spherical mirrors. To start with, let us consider the uses of concave mirror. So concave mirror is generally used by dentists and ENT specialists to focus a beam of light to see inside patient's mouth or ears. What is the full form of ENT? ENT means ears, nose and throat. Also, the concave mirror is used by dentists. The purpose is to focus a beam of light to see inside patient's mouth or ears. Then concave mirror is also used in the solar furnace because the rays of sunlight converge at a point once they reflect from a concave mirror, and thus it can be used to increase the amount of heat energy. Then concave mirror is used as the barber's mirror because it shows a larger image when object is too close. So it can be used by dentists, ENT specialists, and it can be used by the barbers to show the larger image, and it can be also used in solar furnace. Now let us see the uses of convex mirror. Talking about convex mirror, they are used in the rear view mirrors as it shows the smaller images from the bigger field of view. So the purpose of using convex mirror in the vehicles as a rear view mirror is it gives you a wider view of the background. Then convex mirror is used on a hairpin bends to see the vehicles coming from the other side of the bend. So it is used in hairpin bends also. Purpose is again same, it gives you wider view so you can see the vehicles that are coming from the other side of the bend. So these were the uses of the spherical mirror. I hope you understood whatever I tried to teach you. There were different topics from the spherical mirrors that we discussed today. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. You can put your comments in comment box also and ask your doubts in that way. So that was all for today. Thanks for attending this session. See you with the next topic, with a new topic in the next session. Until then, take care. Bye bye.